What's up, everybody? So, just got through listening to Crypto Nick's latest video where he's talking about the Bitcoin hard fork, and that was something I was looking at today. Earlier today, I was reading up on it just to kind of get a quick update on what's going on and what to look forward to. And I was talking to my uncle about we were talking about Ethereum and a couple other coins and what we thought was going to happen and whatnot. And you know what, man, I had a moment where I was free from work and I went into some really deep thought, but instead of I couldn't do it because I couldn't videotape it, obviously. But so I was like, you know what, I'm going to write because I love to write. So I was like, I'm going to write out an article for STEEM it later on today, and I want to talk about the state of Ethereum, and the state of affairs right now, and where Ethereum is amongst this entire blockchain madness that's going on with Bitcoin and essentially Ethereum. So wrote a really lengthy article until I was satisfied, and I just wrote, and it's some pretty amazing stuff, man. I have some pretty bold predictions for both coins, but for Ethereum as well, and you guys will see that. You guys will get to see that today. So, but to address the concern that everybody is having for Bitcoin and the hard fork, it's natural. And I said this in my article when I wrote about Ethereum, how it's going to affect Ethereum's price valuation come August. And I heard Crypto Nick talking about how he's scared about what's going to happen to Bitcoin. And for me, I see all of these coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the altcoins. I see every coin for its intrinsic value. You know what I mean? I don't see a coin on the same level as Ethereum or the same level as BAT token. You know what I'm saying? Like every intrinsic coin has its own value based on what it exists for. So I'm not afraid of Bitcoin forking, because if Bitcoin is worth $3,000 up to the point where it forks, then there's nothing to be afraid of, because when it forks, whichever fork breaks off and has the advantage of being technologically sound and better, the one with the SegWit that's going to have less fees and be able to do twice as much data, that one's going to win in the end. And you're basically, nothing's going to happen to the valuation of Bitcoin. That's how I feel. I feel like the same valuation is going to follow the best fork, right? And the old coin or the original coin, the one that's left, it will still be valuable, not as much, but it'll still hold some value until it falls off or just disappears, until it falls off or it becomes, a little shadow. But because with Bitcoin, there's always going to be people who swear by the original, and there's always going to be people who want to go with the new. All this is doing is creating more profit for everyone involved. More profit. How long will that profit continue? I don't know. It will continue until people make up their mind which one they ultimately want to follow. And it's not going to take very long, because this whole volatility thing, man, it's going to be volatile for a lot of altcoins. And when I say that is because Nick touched on it a little bit. Coins like Litecoin and stuff like that, who have less transaction fees, but and they thrive on that kind of stuff. They have SegWit. Those coins automatically become almost useless if Bitcoin adopts that. It basically becomes useless because there's no real use for that coin anymore. Why use that when you have a Bitcoin that can do that? So I don't see this inflation, this thing happening and it not affecting everybody besides Bitcoin. It's going to affect everybody. It's going to affect a lot of coins. And Bitcoin is going to be the biggest one affected. But you see, I don't think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down before this entire thing goes. I don't think it's going to go down at all. It's not going to go down. It's going to get bigger. The price is going to rise, and it's going to confuse a lot of people because a lot of people are not going to know what to really do. You know, a lot of people are not going to know what to really do. And yeah, like I said, a lot of people aren't going to know what to really do. They're going to see the price go up, but they're going to know that hard fork is coming. So what to do? I'm telling you, man, you have two options. The two options are to keep your Bitcoin safe. Keep your Bitcoin safe. You have a couple options, really, more. Keep your Bitcoin safe and just hold on to it and don't worry about nothing. And whatever happens, happens, and you just deal with it. Because you have to realize the exchanges are going to be preparing for this fork by adding these new, the new splits, the new fork, the fork tokens. So you don't have to worry about that. If indeed a fork does happen, they will have both tokens there. But that will determine. I don't know how they would determine how they split the value of the original Bitcoin. So I don't know. But you either have that option just to hold and let it be. Give me a second. Hold and let it be. Or quite simple, sell your Bitcoin for USD. Sell it outright for dollars, for fiat currency, and hold it there because you know the value of it won't rise or fall if it's in your bank account because banks don't make you money. But you hold it there until the dust settles and you figure out what you want to do with it and then reinvest it back into crypto. Or you can just simply convert your Bitcoin to Ethereum or some other altcoins that won't necessarily be affected by this inflation rate that's about to occur starting this month. So just be very, very careful about what you pick and why you pick it. And you have to be careful because a lot of these altcoins are not going to survive this inflation rate right now, this inflation that's about to occur with, and the fallout with Bitcoin. They're not going to, a lot of coins are not going to survive that. So it's all about picking the right coins if you're going to be dealing in altcoins, or just get out completely and cash out and wait for this huge dust to settle. So that way you don't have anything to worry about as far as losing money. You know what I mean? Just take your money out of the market completely and wait for the dust to settle. But I just want to kind of get that out there and then kind of show you guys, what I was talking about. But we're home. Let me get started on Steam it, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Peace.